Hello everyone. This is Kwame coming to you with the ancestry.com. I've been waiting for about 7 weeks to get this. My wife ordered this on Christmas. Big ups to African Ancestry. Big ups to my wife. I love her so dearly. My wife is from the Togo area, so she the one had to encourage me to take this test to go ahead and do this. So I'm finna go ahead and get right into this. Go ahead and get right to it. So I had opened it. I did my mud terminal, not my foot terminal, but my mud terminal. My mud terminal is my mother's side. So I'm finna go ahead and get right to it. See this right here, AfricanAncestry.com. Go ahead and get yours today. Go down there and get one. There you go. All right. Let me see. Certification of ancestry. African Ancestry hereby certified that Kwame D. Compton shares maternal genetics ancestry with Fula people living in Guinea-Bissau, Mende, and Temna people living in Sierra Leone, and Kru people living in Liberia. So I am Guinea first, and Sierra Leone second, and Kru people living in Liberia. So, yep, genetics is right here. The whole PPR thing. So the long, this was, I guess this one is Liberia. This one is Sierra Leone, and the last one is Kru people in Liberia. So, so it's good to know, man. It's definitely good to know. All of them are warriors, especially the people in Liberia, because they the one that was acting out and was making it difficult for the slave trades and was killing themselves, throwing themselves off the boats, took over the Amistad, one of the Amistad boats, and just making it very difficult for this whole thing, for the whole little conspiracy of plan to work. And those who didn't want to stay, they just took them back and just took them to a place. And I believe they either called it Liberia, Liberation, Liberia of the race of things. So it's a combination of tribes and people that stay there. It's still a country. It's called Liberia. So, but it's just good to know. And I asked my wife, so I get a better understanding. I asked her which one that I am the most, that I hold at most. He said on my maternal side, they go all the way to the Fula people living in Guinea-Bissau. And I share 100% with them. And all of these, and really all of them on my mother's side, I share 100% with them. That means that somewhere along the way, 500 to 2,000 years ago, there was a woman from Fula people in Guinea-Bissau, either, got married or had a baby with someone in Sierra Leone, or they migrated down there and they moved around, and how we all just move around and got with the Kru people, or had a baby or got married in and out of tribes and stuff, and then we all just mixed up, man. But I know I'm the Fula people in Guinea-Bissau, and I'm Sierra Leone. No, I'm Fula people in Guinea-Bissau, Mende and Temnet people in Sierra Leone, and Kru people mean the way you spell it is Kru. That's how you say it, Kru people in Liberia. So there you go. That's where I get that warriorship from. We warriors. Stuff ain't going right. We got to fight for what we believe in, and if you're not, people just act a fool about it until they just say, you know what, man, get him out of it. Get him over there. We don't want to deal with that, man. Y'all go. So it's all good. It's all good. It's a blessing, though. It's kind of a rainy day today, so it's fairly quiet outside. And I'm kind of a little tired today, so forgive me for my delivery. I'm just a little tired, but I wanted to do this video because I could not wait. I'm happy about this ancestry.com. No, this africanancestry.com, and I have found who I am, where I'm from. Fula people from Guinea Basu. That's where it all started from with my mother. My mother's mother line. So that's a blessing. You know, anybody want to know, go down there and get yours today. So the africanancestry.com. Go down there and get yours today. If you want to know, you need to be found. That's another thing I want to say. You need to be found. And I believe anyone that is of African descent should have a middle name or a last name of their tribe name to identify yourself with where you're from, and knowing that you are from the African continent or what region that you're from. I believe everyone that's of the African descent need to have a middle name or a first name or a last name to identify themselves. My name is Kwame. I was born in the 80s. I just was so happy and got blessed with that name. My mother told me she was dating a guy that was from there, and he had recommended that name or something like that, and she liked it and she stuck with that name. And I just so happen to have my name. My name is a Ghanaian name, but I'm still so happen to have a African name. My wife, she have her tribe name is her tribe name is Isanam. That's what it is. Her tribe name is Isanam, but still, you know, that's just what it is. You know, like, you know, that's just what it is. You know, it's just like everybody. I believe everybody that's of African descent need to have some sort of an African name to identify where they're from. Because they came over here and you gave black people names, James, Rick, and all these other names, which is cool if you want to, you know, y'all want to stick with those names. But I strongly believe you should have a name to identify where you're from, you know, to identify that like that. It's just like, I just think it's just culturally, like it's just culturally right, you know. So and again, the test is worth taking. Y'all can say that this test is fake if you want, but I guarantee you, if you go out there and do something bad or illegal DNA someplace, they'll find you and trace you down. So we living in a world where they can find you. They can test anything. You can't even get a job, get an apartment without a drug test, without a background test. All this stuff that they got out here to find out who you is, they'll find you. So, and I did, like I said, I did background on this. They said how they got this, to get this started was they was doing a project in New York, tearing down a building in New York, and they found bones under the building or under the burial ground or under the site. I'm sorry, under the site they found bones, and they were doing a DNA test on where these bones were from. So there was questions about it from different places. Of course, people want to make money, get thinking about the dollar bill and trying to make money, profit off of where it's from or what's going on, try to put them in museums. But the people who started African Ancestry, again, you can look it up. They said, hey, well, if you could test the bones and they dead, I'm alive, you can test me. So that's how some of these companies got started like that. And I'm glad that African Ancestry got one for us, for those who are of African descent. So I'm thankful. God is good. I know where I'm from. I got some catching up to do to learn the language, or to take a trip over there and see what's going on. And I know I got a lot of mixtures in my blood, but I gotta, like, the biggest one is the Fula people from Guinea. So that's who I am. Bless you.